Hello and good morning and welcome to Vinyasa Yoga. Today is Monday and we normally do a Vinyasa Yoga practice. So today we'll focus on more of a dynamic practice. So get ready to sweat and work, do lots of push-ups and planks and some crow poses as well. All right, so let's get started. So coming to the top of your mat, you want to take a nice deep inhale in your mountain pose, Tadasana. Exhale through the nose. You can start your Ujjayi breathing. Ujjayi breathing, slight closure to the back of your throat, so you make that ocean wave sound. And as you breathe, think about inhaling and filling up your entire body from head to toe. As you exhale, think about pushing out any toxins out of your body. Inhale, vital energy. And as you exhale, think about releasing any unwanted or negative energy. Closing your eyes to focus internally and reminding yourself that everything you need is right here, right now. As you inhale, you can begin to open up your eyes and start to raise your arms up towards the ceiling. I'm going to join my fingers, interlace the fingers, press the index fingers up, lifting your heart, pressing your head into your arms for a gentle back bend. And then as you exhale, take a bow towards your legs. Come into your flat back, looking forward. As you exhale, step back into your plank. Low push-up position. Feel free to use your knees if you like. Inhale to a king cobra, keeping your knees down just to warm up. As you exhale, roll back into your downward facing dog. Downward dog, you want to have your hips pushed up and back, pressing into your palms, pressing through your feet. Take a nice deep inhale, lengthening, pressing the outsides of the shoulders down. Ears are about aligned to your elbows. One more deep inhale. And then as you exhale, looking forward towards your hands, step forward into your flat back. Exhale, taking a bow towards your legs. Inhale to rise up. Big stretch. Again, you can interlace the fingers, press the index fingers upwards. As you exhale, hands to your heart. Again, inhale, raising your arms. Exhale, bowing towards your legs. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, stepping back into your plank. Lower down, Chaturanga Namaste. If you can, elbows hug the ribs. Inhale to your upward facing dog. Exhale to your downward facing dog. Just to warm up the body, we're going to take the right leg up, three-legged dog, bending the right knee, bringing it back behind, looking underneath your right armpit. Nice deep inhale. Exhale to switch. So now left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Lift the left hip higher than the right hip, bending the left leg back behind you. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, step your foot back, looking forward. Maybe you can hop if you like to the front of your mat, flat back. Exhale, taking a bow. Inhale to rise. Bringing your arms up, smiling wide to the chest. Exhale, hands to your heart center. We'll do one more. Sun salutation. So lifting your arms. Exhale, taking a bow towards your legs. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, stepping back into your plank. Low push-up, super slow and controlled. Inhale to your upward dog. Exhale to your downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts into that three-legged dog. And if you like, you can go ahead and do wild things. So I'm going to step my right foot back, right arm lifts, lifting my heart, lifting my hips up towards the sky. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, switching sides. You should feel a nice twist through your spine as you do this. Lifting the left leg up, bending the left leg, three-legged dog, or option, wild thing pose, flipping over, lifting the left arm up. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, go ahead and flip back over. Low push-up, inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Breathing deeply into your nose, out to your nose. Inhale and exhale. Looking forward towards your hands, stepping forward into your flat back. Exhale, taking a bow. Nice big stretch through your legs and your back. Inhale to rise, lifting your arms up, maybe a gentle back bend. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Now adding sun salutation B. So bending your knees, raise your fingers to the floor. Knees are touching, big toes touching. Exhale, swan dive, bowing forward. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, stepping or maybe hopping back. I'm going back to my mat. Low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stepping forward, right foot, warrior one. Smiling wide through the chest. Again, you can interlace your fingers, press your index fingers. It's a little bit more work for the arms by doing this, pressing your head back into your arms. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, both hands to the floor, step back into your plank, low push-up. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Switching sides, left foot steps forward, open the right foot 45 degrees, open the arms. Exhale, both hands to the floor, step back, low push-up. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. At any point in time, feel free to go into child's pose for a little break. Resting your hips onto your heels, resting your head and shoulders. When you're ready, come out of child's pose into downward dog, looking forward towards your hands, stepping or hopping into your flat back. Exhale, taking a bow. Inhale to rise up. Gentle back bend. Exhale, hands to your heart. Chair pose again. Raise the fingers to the floor. Exhale, take a bow towards your legs. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, stepping back into your plank or hop back, low push-up. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Right foot steps forward. This time we're gonna do a high lunge. So scooch your left foot further back. Your back heel is lifted. And you should feel some work here in your quads, back quads, hamstrings, glutes, raising your arms. And this time we're gonna open up the arms, show me your biceps, squeeze your back muscles. So squeezing your shoulder blades together. Inhale, and then exhale, give yourself a hug. Lift your elbows up. Should feel really good, upper back stretch. Exhale, release your arms. Take your hands down. If you like, you can lift your right leg up, low push-up. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Same thing, other side. High lunge. So my right foot, I'm gonna scooch it back. Left knee, 90 degrees. Lifting the arms. And then show me your biceps. Lift your chest. Inhale, and then exhale. Give yourself a hug. Make sure you're alternating your arms, lifting your arms up, back bend. And then exhale, release, hands to the floor. If you like, lift your left leg, low push-up. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. 5 deep breaths here. or child's pose. So I found my back bends were really, really tight when I first started, but now they're starting to loosen up. I don't know about you. If you need to do any small adjustments like wiggling your hips side to side to help loosen things up in your back, feel free. Looking forward, step or hop into your flat back. Exhale to chair. Inhale, exhale. One more time. Chair pose, graze your fingers to the floor. Exhale, bow towards your legs. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, palms down, step or hop back into your plank, low push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Stepping forward, this time low lunge, right leg. So I like to alternate my lunges because I work different positions. So you're working your legs in the high lunge, and in the low lunge, we're working more on flexibility here. So I feel more of a stretch on my hip flexors, my hips, and it feels really good to stretch that out. And I'm going to deepen that by bringing my right hand to the floor, left hand up and over. Nice big inhale and exhale. I'm going to go even deeper by going into lizard stretch, opening up the inside of my foot, taking my left hand closer to my right foot. You can put gentle pressure on your right leg to open up the hip and even go as far as coming to the outside of both feet. And we're going to inhale, lift, exhale, come down. One more time, inhale and exhale. And it feels really good for the IT bands here. We're going to go back to a low lunge, and this time quad stretch. So reaching back, holding my left foot with my right hand. As I press my foot back, lifting my chest, deeper back bend here. As I sink lower with my hips, I'm feeling more of a quad stretch. I'm pressing my foot closer towards me. And then gently release, both hands to the floor. Again, if you like, add that one-legged low push-up, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Getting ready for the other side. Low lunge, left leg. Scooching my right leg further back. Getting ready for that nice hip flexor stretch. Left hand to the floor, right arm reaches up and over. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale. Take both hands on the inside. Lift, open the inside of the left foot. Nice hip stretch. Taking my right hand a little bit closer. Putting gentle pressure on my inside of my left knee. Deepening that hip stretch. And then going a little bit deeper. Lifting to the outsides of both feet. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, lowering. One more time, inhale and exhale. Placing both hands to the floor. And then coming back, low push-up. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lifting the hips up and back, nice big stretch. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale. And then looking forward towards your hands, stepping or hopping into your flat back. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, deepen. Inhale to chair. So chair pose, grazing your fingers. Knees are touching, big toes are touching. Staying here in your low chair. We're going to take a nice deep inhale. And then exhale, come into side chair. So twisted chair, Utkatasana, revolved Utkatasana. You want to take the left elbow over the right thigh, pressing the thumbs together towards the center of your chest, looking up or to the side, whatever is accessible to you, making sure your hips are below the heart. Making sure the knees are in line with the hips. Inhale, exhale. If you're able to, we're going to add a side crow here. So I'm just going to take my hands to the long side of my mat, leaning forward, balancing my knee onto my elbow. As you lean forward, your feet can lift off the floor. And then go ahead, come back to center, chair, and then side chair. Utthita, Utkatasana. So you want to have the right elbow towards the middle of your thigh. So you're not putting too much pressure on the knees, looking over your shoulder, making sure the hips are below the heart. So you really feel your quads, you feel your glutes. You should be able to see your toes. Stay here or go into your side crow. So hands along the side, long side of your mat, leaning forward, balancing my knees onto my elbow. I'm just finding a position there that feels comfortable. And then when you're ready, come back to center. Exhale, rise, lifting your heart. Exhale, hands to center. Coming into triangle pose. So I'm going to step back, right foot. Left foot is pointing forward, arms parallel, shifting my hips towards the right as I reach towards the left. Taking my hands either to the shin, inside of the foot, or go ahead and grab onto your big toe. Looking up towards your thumb. You want to think long lines, long spine, long legs. Open the heart towards the sky. One more deep inhale. One more deep exhale. And then we're going to go ahead and take your hands in front, kitty corner. So it's on the outside or on the line of my mat. Step forward, right foot. I'm still holding on to my left big toe, and I'm coming into fire hydrant. So I'm lifting the left leg as high as my hips. So nice core exercise here. One more deep inhale. One more deep exhale. Release your foot back down. And then step back, baby foot. Baby step, I should say, with the right foot coming into revolved triangle. So I'm going to take my right hand underneath my right shoulder, lengthen both legs, scissoring the thighs, lifting left shoulder higher than the right, revolved triangle. Looking up towards my thumb or to the side. So lots of work here, balancing, strengthening the legs, pressing through both feet. So both heels are touching down, pressing through three corners of the feet. One more deep inhale, and then exhale, go ahead and release. We're gonna circle the arms for the other side. So I'm just gonna widen the stance again, shift the hips towards the left to reach towards the right. Right hand can rest on the shin or inside of the foot or big toe. Pressing through the balls of the feet so you feel a nice inner thigh stretch, opening the chest towards the ceiling. Trikonasana triangle pose. Take a nice deep inhale. You want to think about lengthening, pressing the crown of the head away from the hips to lengthen the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Looking down towards the toes, taking my left hand to the edge of my mat, stepping forward. So my foot joins my other foot, fire hydrant, lifting my right leg so it's parallel to my hips. Finding my drishti, my focal point, to help with my balance. Lots of core work here. One more deep inhale. As you exhale, go ahead and release. So I'm bending my standing leg to bring my leg back down, stepping back half a step, taking my left hand closer to my right foot to open up and twisted triangle. So it's a smaller step back, scissoring the thighs, right hip goes back, left hip goes forward, so my hips become parallel to the front or back of my mat, I should say, and I'm twisting, lifting my shoulder, my right shoulder higher than the left, looking upward to the side. One more deep inhale. As you exhale, go ahead, slightly bend your knee, cartwheel your arms. Go ahead, take both hands to the floor, get ready for chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. You can take a breather here in downward dog or child's pose. We did a standing balance, a twist. Lots of work there. Take a nice deep inhale. And then as you exhale, go ahead into downward dog. Stepping or hopping forward to the front of your mat, flat back. Exhale, taking a bow. Inhale to rise. It's a super hot day. I don't know if you can tell, I'm sweating buckets. Exhale, hands to your heart. I always like to add in a side lunge. Really good for the hips and inner thighs. We're gonna step out. Bring both feet to parallel, so your feet are parallel to the short sides of your mat. Hands at your heart, side lunge, Skandasana. Inhale back to center, exhale, side lunge, other side. Again, inhale, and then exhale. If you can, go ahead and go all the way down so that your foot can lift and point up towards the ceiling. One more deep inhale. Exhale, release. Come back to center. Go ahead, lift your toe up. One more deep inhale. And then exhale, go ahead and release. Coming into a forward fold. So now toes are going to point in. Heels are going to point wide. Have your hands on your hips to press your hips back, shifting your shoulders and chest forward. I like to lead with the heart. Lift the tailbone upwards so you feel that nice hamstring stretch. If you need to adjust your feet, feel free. Toes in, heels wide. I find better for balance and better stretch for the hamstrings with your toes pigeon-toed. So this might be enough, having your head up parallel to your heart or just below. If you're able to go a little bit deeper, go ahead, take your hands parallel to your feet. If your head touches, go ahead and bring your head to the floor. If you would like to go ahead into a headstand, tripod headstand, you would take your knees. They should be touching your elbows. Elbows are 90 degrees, and you can go ahead and lift your feet off the floor. Putting pressure into your fingertips, into your palms, finding your drishti. When you're ready, go ahead and lift your hips so they're parallel to your shoulders, and you can go ahead into a tripod headstand. 5 deep breaths here, breathing deeply. Inversions are great for the body, great for the blood circulation. I've been told it's good for reversing the aging process. We'll see. When you're ready, we're gonna go ahead and open the legs and come out into a wide forward bend. Nice and controlled here. And there's a bee at my butt. Coming up halfway, nice deep inhale and adding that twist. So hand underneath the nose, my left hand, opening up the right shoulder, looking up, trying to keep the hips as parallel as possible so you feel the twist in your spine rather than your hips. One more deep inhale. As you exhale, release, switching. So my right hand's in the center, left shoulder lifts. Try to keep the hips parallel, looking upward to the side. Inhale to lengthen through the spine. Spine is long, shoulders away from the ears. And then exhale, go ahead and take your hands parallel to the floor. And we'll go ahead and walk the hands back to the front. Step back. You can do that one-legged push-up or low push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale to child's pose. So we'll come down now onto a seated position, seated postures. Before that we do that, we're going to go ahead into reverse plank. So coming into front plank first. Nice deep inhale. And then as you exhale in a dynamic way, we're going to go ahead into wild thing pose and then reverse plank. So I'm just taking my feet so they're parallel, pressing through the palms, pressing through my hips, my shoulders, lifting my hips up, toes are pointed. Nice deep inhale, and then exhale. We're gonna go ahead and reverse that. So I'm gonna bend my outside leg, push up and over, and release, switching to the other side. So wild thing prep, go ahead into wild thing, place your hand back down, parallel your feet, pointing your toes, reverse plank. Nice deep inhale, exhale. I'm feeling the shakies here, feels good. And then go ahead and release. Outside leg bends, switch your arms, go ahead into plank, low push-up, inhale, upward dog, exhale, child's pose. To release your back and release your shoulders. Take your arms by your sides, let your shoulders hang down. And if you like, you can do some wrist circles, bringing your palms into a fist and circulating at the wrist. Take a nice deep inhale. And then as you exhale, we'll body roll ourselves up, super slow, coming into camel pose. So with your knees hip width apart, feet are flat. Feel free to go ahead and flex at the heels if you want to go a little bit higher with the feet. So it's a little bit less of a reach. Excuse me. I'm allergic to grass. Here comes my dog. Excuse me. So I'm just alternating legs or hands here. If you have any back sensitivities, it's totally okay to modify into one side at a time. You want to focus on the lower back being in a neutral and upper back is curved back. If you'd like to go ahead into both, thank you. You can go ahead and reach both arms back behind you, let your head hang if that feels good for you. Pushing your hips forward, lifting your heart. And then we'll release. Slowly release to lift your heart forward. And then we're going to go ahead and take the right leg back. Left knee comes forward into pigeon stretch. So walking your right leg back, lowering yourself down. Excuse me, I really like doing pigeon pose. I feel like it's really great for my hips, my glutes that are often really tight from sitting for long periods of the day. Our hips and glutes often get super, super tight. And I also get a nice massage here in my hip flexor by pressing my heel in towards my hip. Feel free to stay here, or you can come down all the way to your chest, your forehead, and lots of options. You can even add a twist. So we will do that here. Taking since my left knee is up and bent, my right arm is going to come under, rest on my shoulder, side of the head, and you can even add placing your hand around your big toe
which is tucked under for a nice twist and nice shoulder opener. See what feels good for you. This is probably my favorite version of pigeon, where I feel my hips are working, my shoulders are working, my back is getting a nice twist, and I get really deep into my glutes here, which tend to get super, super tight and is connected to lower back pain. So really important to stretch out those glutes and hamstrings whenever possible to help reduce any back pain. One more deep inhale, and then as you exhale, go in reverse. So taking my hand out, pressing into my left hand, come out of that, curling the back toes under, switching legs, right knee comes forward, left leg pushes back. Finding my sweet spot, so my heels pressing into that hip flexor, coming onto my elbows, forehead, or chest. Option, adding that twist. My right knee is up, left arm is going to thread under, coming onto my shoulder side of the head, and then feel free to add that touch, that connection by wrapping my two peace fingers around my big toe. And I like to say connection because it's like we're closing that energy circuit, that loop within the body. Joining the hands to the feet allows for that. I really do believe that there's prana, that energy through the body. Otherwise, we'd be a big pile of dust without that energy, that electricity that flows within our body. So it's really important that we connect with that energy. One more deep inhale. One more deep exhale. Slowly come out. Press and release. Sorry, our neighbors are out. My dog's barking. We're going to take that other leg and cross it over for a twist. So Lord of the Fishes pose. So taking the leg that's in front, we're going to twist away from that leg, looking over the shoulder. Right hand is on the floor, pushing into the ground to keep the spine nice and long. Elbow over the thigh, looking over your shoulder. And then switch, counter twist, taking your hand to the inside of your shin, looking over your shoulder. And then before we do the other side, we're going to extend both legs, flexing at the heels, bowing forward. And then pointing the toes. And then switching sides. Crossing the bottom leg, cross the top, switching sides, looking over your shoulder. Pulling a little bit deeper by pressing your elbow over your thigh. And then taking your hand to the inside of your foot, looking over your shoulder. And then we'll go ahead and lie down. So lying onto your backside, you can rock and roll before we get there, rolling onto your back, tucking your chin. Lying down, and we'll do some windshield wipers. So bringing your knees to 90 degrees, lowering down your knees about 45 degrees, halfway, hold it there, feel your abs engage, and then go ahead and switch to the other side. Hold to where you feel the activation, and then come back to center. One more time each side.
and then release. You can do any last pose to help complete your practice. Today we'll do fish pose, really great for the upper back, good for your posture. I like to bring my thumb and index finger underneath my glutes, extending my arms as much as they can towards the toes, bending the elbows, lifting the chest, coming to the top of your head. Feel free to stay here or add some core, lifting your legs and lifting your arms. And when you're ready, come out, release your legs, release your arms, release your head. Get ready for a closing Shavasana, a few minutes of quiet meditation, clearing your mind, connecting with the earth. Now, no longer controlling your breath, just let your breath flow easily in and out through your nose. And when you're ready to come out of your Shavasana, give yourself a nice big stretch, stretching your fingers and toes away from each other. As you exhale, open your mouth and go, let out a big, again, inhale, and then exhale. Roll over to your side. Joining me today, may you have strength in your bodies, peace in your minds, joy in your heart. Namaste.